I'm really so impressed by this little camera that I just need to talk about it. And I'll explain why I chose this over the Osmo Pocket 3, which is crazily popular now and it was out of stock for a while. A lot of times I buy a piece of gadget based on my knowledge of what it is and what it is not. Putting the term action camera aside, Osmo Action 4 has very impressive video quality and the electronic stabilization does a good job. You can see how stable the footage is even I'm on uneven terrain here. I only bought this camera recently and all the footage here were taken in our Hong Kong trip, and it's actually my first time using it. I'm really quite happy with what the camera can produce, even for someone without much hands-on knowledge. However, this camera is definitely not a good low-light camera, which is to be expected because of the smaller sensor size. Saying that, I would still say the low-light footage is not totally unacceptable. I think this is one of the more extreme low-light situations. This portion of the street is really quite dark when I was there. After some grading, I think the footage is still serviceable. I think as long as there is reasonable ambient light, the footage is still usable with some tweaking. The inbuilt electronic stabilization works well, but it's quite demanding on the shutter speed. And it is a fact even for a full-frame camera which provide gyro data that allow you to stabilize your footage in post. In general, the higher the shutter speed, the lower the chance of having artifact in the footage when electronic stabilization is on. The artifact, which is basically micro jitter, typically on the higher contrast area of the footage. Most of the time it's quite forgiving if recording is done under daylight, as I can afford to set the shutter speed to 1/200 or above. But low light recording will be more tricky. Most of the time you will need to lower the shutter speed, especially with smaller size sensor. But from what I see, you'll need to maintain the shutter speed at 1/100 if you want to turn on the electronic stabilizer. Even at this shutter speed, you really need to avoid too much camera movement to minimize the micro jitter. I found to have the best low light video quality is to turn off the inbuilt electronic stabilization and stabilize the footage in post with the gyro data provided. But the minimal shutter speed still need to remain at 1/100.
It is. Yeah.
To get the best quality, I only record in 4K D-Log, which is the only profile to get 10-bit color. And this is definitely the main reason why I wanted to buy this camera. Most of the reviews on this camera stated that recording in the standard color profile is good enough and it requires less post-editing. Frankly, I did not try the standard profile even at this point. I'm just too used to recording in log profile since I started using them 2 years ago. Unlike S-Log from Sony, which is absolutely flat, the color in D-Log just look a bit washed out, and some users like the look the way it is without even grading it. I'm by no means a professional videographer or colorist. I'm just someone who likes keeping video documentation of my family and events. Seriously, I think anyone watching this video till now, in one way or another, is interested in documenting something with this device. Some of you may think that you just wanted a recorded memory and grading is just too troublesome. But if you stay in this hobby long enough, it's just a matter of time you start to explore grading your footage, because you just want to have better footage. And to begin with, post-grading is not that difficult, and there are so much free resources out there teaching us how to do it. I think the only real differences of Pocket 3 is the bigger sensor size at 1 inch and the additional gimbal, which are both advantages over the Action 4. they will definitely benefit well in the low light recording department. But I mainly use my Osmo Action 4 for POV type outdoor shooting. Most of the time, the quality of the footage are quite impressive. I admit that indoor footage sometimes get a bit soft depending on the lighting situation. Most importantly, I don't have to worry recording under heavy rain, which the Pocket 3 is not built for. And it was actually raining most of the time in our Hong Kong trip. Link to my entire Hong Kong vlog series is on the top right hand corner. A big portion of this series are footage from Osmo Action 4. Another reason why I chose the Osmo Action 4 over the Pocket 3 is the price. I paid around 380 Sing dollar for the standard package. The Pocket 3 almost cost twice as much.